Into the night we roll.
Way determined and looking to start off with that cross into the box. Just ready for his teammates to get on yesterday, and he makes no mistake. He's certainly well within the in the area, and then just finished with his dirt. He's done so well to reach the bounce.
Hello again lads, welcome back to the channel. My name's Lad for Set Play Gaming. This is a FIFA 23 Stevenage career mode. It's the Road to Glory with Aidy Boothroyd, and it's Season 2, Episode 56. We have a fantastic episode full of action coming up, and before we get to the fixtures, I had a few things to look at. The Carabao Cup semi-final results: Manchester City overcame Manchester United by 4 goals to 1 an aggregate, and an aggregate score of 3-2 saw Leeds United make the final against Manchester City. That result will be coming up later on in the episode, so stay tuned. If you're a fan of either of those teams, we should be able to get you the result for that. We also have the Papa John's Trophy quarter-finals. Stevenage, as you saw last episode, overcame Crewe, and Charlton are out. They got knocked out by Derby by 1-0. Morecambe held Wigan but went out on penalties, so Wigan will be through to the semis as well. And Ipswich 0, Peterborough 0. Peterborough won 4-3 on penalties, so they make it through to the semis. And here is the draw. We take on Peterborough United this episode. Derby County also have Wigan Athletic, with 4 teams trying to get to the final. Should be interesting. We also have some news. Masida Gumbo has cleared by the medical staff, so he will begin training and hopefully get back into the action soon. Coming up in today's episode, we take on Wycombe away in League One, and we also have Port Vale at home to begin March. We then have our Papa John's Trophy semi-final against Peterborough, and finish the episode as we take on MK Dons away. Strap yourselves in, let's hope we can get up some wins. Alright, so we're taking on Wycombe Wanderers, and we're away from home at Adams Park, and this is the final game of February. Once we've finished this, we'll check out the league standings. And it only took 5 minutes for Wycombe to open the scoring. You see Jackson Rodriguez lost possession of the ball. He tried to win the ball back. He gets the ball back again. He's going to pull it to Scowen. And then into Kai Kai. Back to Scowen. Back to Kai Kai. And Kai Kai actually ghosted Bobby Faulkner, who's supposed to be marking him. Really caught us cold, I guess. You see Faulkner just allows Kai Kai to run in behind him and presents the opportunity. Aidy Boothroyd disappointed with that opening 5-6 minutes concentration. We try and get back into it. It's going to come to Norris. He's going to take it past Tapazzoli and show the strength to get into the box. Maybe should square this, but he goes to the shot. Forces a save from Striek, who keeps it 1-0. And then Wycombe would come back at us, and it's kind of from the same playbook. You'll see Bobby Faulkner goes to sleep again. An absolute horror show from him as he once again moves out of position, allows Kai Kai in behind him, and Soleil Kai Kai with his brace now. He is a good player, he is on our radar, but this is all down to do Bobby Faulkner coming out of position there, allowing Kai Kai to run in behind. An absolute horror show from his point of view. But Wycombe with a early 2-goal lead and an absolute mountain to climb for us now away from home. But we'd get back into it almost instantly. Robbie Gotts, the creator, into Gilby, and then he just switches passes into Gotts again, who's continued his run, and he finds the bottom corner past Striek to make it 2-1. And he says, come on, we can do this. We can still get a result from these guys. And he's not known for being an absolute out-and-out finisher, but that was a really good finish from Gotts. And some lovely idea here, inventiveness as James Wilding's long throw presents the opportunity. Gilby's headed pass into Nichols in the 6-yard box, but Striek with the save to keep it 2-1. And then Wycombe come back at us. You'll see Kai Kai turn creator here as he finds Brandon Hanlon in the box. A curved attempt, but Chapman with a one-handed save to keep it down at 2-1. Faulkner wins the ball back, and then we're going to come back at him. Gilby into Nichols, and then into Norris. McCarthy comes running in to intercept. He actually passes it off his own post. I wanted to include that highlight because I've never seen that before. We go in at half-time. We are 2-1 down, but still in the game. We make some defensive adjustments at half-time talk to the players and try and get them to come back a little bit and tighten up the space in behind. You see, we're going to try and get this equaliser here. Gilby. He's taken out by Jackson Rodriguez. Now, I didn't show it, but earlier in the game, Jackson Rodriguez was booked for a similar foul. The referee obviously had no choice but to issue the second yellow card and send him from the field. This would give us the impetus to make further changes because we want to be more offensive now that we've got the extra man. And we'd open them up here. Look at this run from Robbie Gotts. He's looking for his brace as he bears down in goal. Cuts inside. Oh, so unlucky. Off the inside of the post. Gotts had a brilliant game. And then we go more direct. This time, Norris with the flick on and Nichols. He's away at the races. Great opportunity. And he slips it past the goalkeeper but past the post. Is it going to be his day? He did the right thing, I think, here. Just tried to clip it past the goalie. Just unfortunate it's not the other side of the post. And 20 minutes left. We're just going to try and get ourselves this equaliser. Gilby into Kinsella. And look at this overlap run from Borthwick Jackson. He's going to dink this in. And Nichols is there to make it 2-2. He finally gets the goal that he's been looking for. 2 attempts earlier. And Striek was there to save, but not this time. Lovely counter-attack football. And Borthwick Jackson with this overlap. Edge of the 6-yard box and a wonderful directed header to make it 2-2. We couldn't make it the extra man count to win, but I'm relieved to come back from 2-0 down to get the point. Alright, we check the EFL League 1 standings at the end of February. Cardiff City have a 9-point lead over Peterborough in second, with Charlton Athletic, Wickham, Lincoln and Ipswich holding those playoff spots. Rotherham and Derby just outside the playoffs. And as we drop into mid-table, Wigan are 9th, we are 10th. If we can hold this position, I'll be delighted. Our objective is mid-table. Fleetwood, Bolton, Plymouth and Forest Green down to 14th. And then 15th and 16th, Oxford United and Burton. We drop into the bottom 8. You can see in the bottom 4, Crewe, Accrington, Port Vale and AFC Wimbledon's season of struggle continues. Just outside the bottom 4, Stockport and Shrewsbury, and then MK Dons and Exeter creeping up on mid-table. We go have a look at the top scorers. Dion Charles for Bolton has 20, Mandrew for Lincoln has 19, Colville and Robinson for Cardiff have 16, and Marriott is in 5th with 16 as well. A result from the Carabao Cup, the Championship side Leeds United held Manchester City 1-1 in the final. City won 4-3 on penalties, continue their dominance of English football. Alright, taking on Port Vale at home, and Port Vale are struggling for form. They're in the bottom part of the table. So we're hoping to get the win. They actually start quite brightly. It's going to come into Carlo Butic. He tried to dink that into the far corner. Just didn't get enough curl on it. And he come back at us again. Tom Conlon into Garrity. Garrity's going to play this into Butic. And then Butic finds Ellis Harrison running into the box. And a great save by Cartwright. So as I said, we have Peterborough coming up next in the Papa John's Trophy. That is our priority. So today we're having to rotate. I know Tom's probably going to be watching this rolling his eyeballs. But, you know, again, it's all about priorities. Nevertheless, we've still got some good players on the field. Kinsella sets up Hawkins, and Hawkins' turn and shot just didn't get enough curl on it to trouble Aidan Stone in the goal. Maybe the defender does enough to put him off there. And then you'll see here, 8 minutes to go till half time. Cody Johnson into Hawkins, great back heel. Johnson going into the box, and look at that. He's wiped out by the Paraguayan defender, Valerica Gaman, and the referee has no choice to send him off. He sees that as a professional foul. It is a really, really bad foul. And that obviously changes the perspective a little bit. We make some adjustments because we want to be more offensive. Frankham from the attempt here tries to curl this in. Aidan Stone gets across and tips it wide. I'm going to have another chance here from the corner. Stone makes a good save from the free kick. Getting across to tip it wide. And Aidy Boothroyd thought that was in, so did I. So a chance from the corner, everybody misses it, it's going to fall to Kinsella, and then Kinsella chips it up. It's going to be brought down by Cody Johnson on the turn, and once again, a missed opportunity for us, as didn't wrap his foot enough around it. Just tried to steer that in. And so we go in at the break, 0-0. But everything to play for in the second half. We want to try and push home our one-man advantage over them. And you'll see here, we have some opportunities. It's going to come to Taylor, and then he plays in Cody Johnson into the box. Great chance, but he squanders it. And this is the problem sometimes with having to rely on rotation players. They don't have the same level of quality. And obviously, Cody Johnson's a young player. You know, he will improve, but he just couldn't finish that opportunity. He should have done. And once again, Hawkins turning provider. Taylor into Hoskins, brings it down. Aidan Stone read the danger, comes out, slides out and makes the interception. And then 3 minutes from time, Port Vale would counter-attack us. And the last thing we want to do here is go down a goal to nil so late. James Wilson spins Faulkner, gets the shot. Cartwright makes the save and obviously preserves our blushes. We end up drawing this and dropping points. Not ideal, but our focus has to be the Papa John's Trophy. Alright, here we go. The sacrifice has been made. We ended up dropping points in the league for this moment. Norris is top scorer in this competition, so we still have a chance at getting through to the final. We're at London Road to take on Peterborough United in the semi-finals of the Papa John's Trophy. And you'll see here a attempt to try and get into the final. If we can somehow win this game, we'll be playing at Wembley Stadium at the end of March, either Wigan or Derby in the final. And the opening 8 minutes, Peterborough come forward, Mason Clark out wide to Ward. Ward's going to take on Borthwick Jackson, and he's going to pull this back. Giando Fuchs with the setup, and Jack Taylor takes the ball into the box and smashes it in low. Not a good start by the defence. You'll see here, some of this is my fault because I actually had control of Piergianni. I'd pulled him into position, but he wasn't marking Jack Taylor. We do get a chance here. Alex Gilby from the free kick. Just a few moments later, he bends it over the wall. What a spectacular finish that is. Gilby has been a sensational signing from Charlton. Had a great season last year, and he pulls us back level. You'll see here he bends this over the wall. Uribe gets across, and he actually tries to tip that over the bar, but you'll see he just doesn't get enough on it. A one-handed save. So he does reach the ball, but ends up pushing it into the roof of the net. Peterborough come back at us as you'd expect. They are the better team. Fuchs with the setup, Thompson with a shot, and a good save by Chapman. We're going to hit them on the counter-attack. A long ball. Norris flicks it down into Nichols. Back to Norris, and Frankie Kent out of position. Norris just enough legs to get into the box and squeeze that past Uribe, who'd come running out. And the away fans are in ecstasy. We're in dreamland right now as Norris has put us 2-1 up away from home. What you hope to do is catch them on the counter-attack just like that, and that then gives you something to hold on to. That's all you can do against these top sides. Just try and give yourself one goal as a cushion, really. But they've got such good attacking players. They're going to get back into the game again just 10 minutes later, and it's going to be Clark Harris with the back heel. Mason Clark pulls that across the goal. I've got to say, I am pretty disappointed with this goal, simply because from that position he can only really fire it in the far corner. And you always, I don't know what it is, but you always expect Chapman to make the save because he's so damn big. But it goes past him, and we end up 2-2. Aidy Boothroyd rallying the troops, saying, come on. And then 5 minutes to go till half-time. Peterborough stream forward again. I tried to select the defender. What happened here was it gave me the wrong person, and then by the time I got the right defender, Mason Clark had already got into the box. Thankfully, Chapman makes the save and comes to our rescue. And then we are deep into stoppage time at the end of the first half. Fuchs tries to play it out here. The defender's robbed. Got to the ball in. 6-yard box. Who else but Luke Norris? Luke Norris with a fantastic near post header. Some good press in the final third, and Luke Norris does the business. And look at that, a brace against Peterborough. Luke Norris with 6 goals in 5 matches. I would bet that if we can hold out here, half-time we are leading 3-2. If we can hold out, I would bet that Luke Norris scores in the final. He is in superb form in this competition. Peterborough going to come back at us. You see Clark Harris almost gets around the defender, but Declan Drysdale kind of takes one for the team there. He just puts his body in the way. Yeah, he just bodies him. He says, right, okay. Wasn't really a lot in it, but he just... and there's sarcastic applause from Aidy Boothroyd. He doesn't think that was anything to be given a yellow card for. This definitely was. You can't allow Jack Marriott to turn and start running. So Faulkner here taking another one for the team. Yellow cards would stack up a little bit. And we have about a minute left to go. And I just said, you know what? We're just going to have to pull everybody back. That's what you're seeing right here. Just as many people behind the ball. And just leave one guy up front. Hoskins with the pace. And here we go. So 92 minutes. You see the flick on. Nichols is going to chip this over the last line. Knight is just going to catch up to Hoskins. Hoskins gets away. Tries to slide it, but he ends up miscuing thanks to Knight's persistence there. Hoskins could have made it 4-2. That would have been unbelievable. But we do win. I'm happy to be in the final. A superb result on away soil against a very, very tough side. And we'll see here from the semi-final results. Derby County beat Wigan 2-1. So at the end of March, I think it's going to be episode 57, we will take on Derby County at Wembley in the final. So make sure you don't miss that. Alright, taking on MK Dons in the final game of today's episode. And after the 3-2 win, we put so much into that Papa John's Trophy semi-final. But we have to put in an effort here. And we start against MK Dons. Great knock-on by Norris. And Hoskins gets away from O'Hara. He's going to cut back inside. Trying to find the bottom corner. Ravizoli with the save. This is 12 minutes into the game. Hoskins thought he'd put us one goal up here. But Ravizoli making a great save. And we come back at him half an hour into the game. Kinsella into Norris. Norris holding off Bowdre. Lovely little back heel to set himself up. He needs to go across the goalkeeper there into the far corner. Tried to go near post and ended up lashing it wide. And Aidy Boothroyd there thought with Norris being the man that would be a goal. But then poor defensive clearance. Dennis getting past Hawkins, setting up Dara Burns, and what a save that is from point blank range. Cartwright with a great save to deny Dara Burns. Great footwork by Matthew Dennis to get into the box. So go in at half time, it is 0-0, and plenty of work for us to do in the second half if we're going to get anything from this game. And they come back at us at the start of the second half. Burns back to Dennis, Dennis into Campbell, and Campbell's shot just past the post. Still can't believe he's actually playing for MK Dons. Just tries to curl it in. So then they come back at us again. We're going to try and defend to the death, really. O'Hara, shot blocked by Hawkins. Going to come back. Dennis holds off two men. Into Campbell. Comes back to Smith. Smith blocked. There's the shot. Good save from Cartwright. He's up again to punch the ball clear. We're defending with our bodies here. Trying to stop them from scoring. We're going to hold them off. And then comes to the hour. Bowdre into Smith. Into Harvey. Off the crossbar. We've got to get back. Dennis into Tucker. And it's 1-0. We got a bit unlucky there because as the ball comes back, just trying to do our best to clear it, and we don't do a good enough job of clearing our lines. Boothroyd disappointed. We've got to try and rally ourselves and get the equaliser. Kinsella into Hoskins. Hoskins plays Reeves through. Out comes Ravizoli and makes the stop. It's actually with his left hand. He backs that away. Reeves to Murdoch. We've got 20 minutes left on the clock. We come streaming forward here. Hoskins on the turn. He's going to turn O'Hara and he's got a chance, but he puts it over the crossbar. Not going to be our day today. And then with 10 minutes left to go, try and get the ball upfield. It's intercepted by Bowdre. Kemp is going to play this and he holds it into Dennis. Dennis from close range finds the back of the net. I thought this was offside, but it's actually a really good pass, and it's Hawkins and Frankham that actually play him onside when the ball is played.
That's a very good goal, you have to say.
We end up losing this one by 2-0. Not an ideal result, but let me know in the comments box what you think of our season so far and this result. Alright guys, thanks for watching today. If you're enjoying the series, consider subscribing to help support me. I'll be back on Thursday as we take on Crewe Alexandra and Forest Green Rovers in the league, but we also have our crucial date with Destiny taking on Derby County at Wembley in the Papa John's Trophy final. I will see you back on Thursday on the channel. See you guys soon. Sal Lad for Set Play Gaming.